Listen, I know you want to see us light our water on fire, but we can't do it right now. Basically, we've capped our water well. We no longer use it, and we're afraid to turn it on. If we turn it on, it's possible that it could explode or catch our house on fire. So even though it's a pretty spectacular thing, we can't do it for you. I could feel myself getting sucked in deeper and deeper and deeper. And then I got a phone call.
Not gonna do anything, nobody cares, because of the holy dollar that's rolling in.
Yeah.
And it's wrong. It's wrong, I don't care. You're taking a big risk yourself going around doing what you're doing. Money is not worth it, and I'm worried for my life, and I'm gonna be honest with you. So,
I went across the road to see if I could interview the people who'd called me. Or maybe just to say hi. I didn't get to say hi. But a man came to the door. He spoke to me hastily, and he was nervous. He handed me a jar. I said, "What's this?" He said, "It's bad stuff." I said, "What do you mean bad stuff?" He said, "That's about as bad stuff as you can get. Take some. Find out what's in it." Apparently, they were buying this act of me being a documentary filmmaker. I guess because you have a camera in your hand, you know what you're doing. So somebody thrusts a jar of contaminated something into your hand, and they say, "Hey, take this. Figure it out." I had an inkling of what this stuff was. I'd heard reports of oil and gas wastewater, known as produced water, the water that comes back up out of the ground that's contaminated with the fracking fluids being dumped illegally onto fields and into streams. And I'd heard of workers who had chemical burns on their hands and faces. And here I was, being handed a jar of a mysterious, yellowish, brownish liquid. I needed more information, so I called the number again.
I mean, all the things that you said about that, the jar that you gave me, just got me kind of curious. And you know, without naming any names, I don't know anything about anything, but was that was being dumped out in some place that it wasn't supposed to be, like a stream or a field or something?
yes.
All right, and that's why it's important to find out what's in there.
Yeah.
All right, and if I were to be able to analyze that, would that, you think that'd be a good thing?
Yes.
I was starting to compile a list of things that happened in Dimmock. Water trouble, health problems, hazardous explosive conditions inside the house, destruction of land, lack of confidence in state regulatory commissions, a feeling of having been deceived, a feeling of powerlessness, dead or sick animals, the difficulty of obtaining good information about gas drilling, and the idea that there's a cover-up taking place. In other words, a total loss of normal life. Who knows if they're right? I don't. It's all speculation. But these citizens certainly felt as if they'd been wronged and that there was no one for them to complain to. On my way to drop off the jar at a water testing lab, I said goodbye to my $100,000. Even more worrisome to me was the knowledge that everyone all around me had been getting these leases in the mail, and a lot of them had leased already. One thing was resoundingly clear. If the industry's projections were correct, then this would be the end of the Catskills and the Delaware River Basin as we knew it. And it would mean a massive upheaval and redefinition of all of New York State and Pennsylvania. But there was no drilling in my area yet on either the New York or the Pennsylvania side of the Delaware. New York State had commissioned its Department of Environmental Conservation to do an environmental impact study, and the Delaware River Basin Commission, which controlled my area of Pennsylvania, had not decided whether or not it wanted to allow gas drilling in sensitive watershed areas. It stirred up something else in me, the need to find out what was going on. Was Dimmock an exception or the rule? And how was I going to find out? Was I actually going to become a kind of natural gas drilling detective? Okay, I guess.
Well, you be careful, because that one's known to nip butts. And it pinches pretty good.
Keep the camera over my butt now.
Yeah.
and it's gurgling.
Oh, wow. So that's the sample.
This is, it's all settled out,
Right.
but that's what our water looked like.
That came just out of the tap?
Out of the tap.
Right.
So in 3 weeks, they contacted Mike by phone and said, we've tested your water, there's nothing wrong with your water.
With this?
With this. There's nothing wrong with the water that can be affected by the oil and gas production in your area.
So what have you been doing?
We put in our own tank and he hauls water every week.
I've got 2 500-gallon tanks, and I go to town once a week and buy water. It's a coin-operated thing, so I got to put in $15 worth of quarters.
Purpose of this letter is to inform you that Noble Energy has contracted LT Environmental to conduct an investigation. Okay. Possible natural gas impact on water well in the vicinity.
Again, I was a little disappointed in the state. I mean, obviously we have a problem here. 2 weeks ago they had the meeting and I prepared a statement kind of outlining everything. You know, the director of the oil and gas, or acting director of the oil and gas, said, next question.
That was Dave.
Neil
Neslin.
Neslin or
Yeah,
whatever.
he kicked us out of his office two days ago.
So is there like a theme to your documentary? Do you have a message you're trying to get across with it? I apologize very much for your inconvenience. I wish you good luck with your documentary.
Okay.
I'd be happy to talk to you off the record with some background information if that's helpful, but I just can't do it.
All right, well, we'll call you.
Okay?
All right.
Again, my apologies. Good luck. Have a good day.
All right, thanks.
Yep.
At one time when we were going through all the gurgling in the well, I decided to put a plastic bag over the wellhead. And with minutes, it filled up that bag. So I closed off the bag and I stuck a fuse in it. And I thought, this might be real stupid. So I came in and I told Marcia, I said, why don't you dial 9-1? And if this doesn't go right,
Hit the other one.
hit the other one. So I got this bag of who knows what, and I lit it, and it started floating towards the road. And I thought, oh no, truck is gonna come, I'm gonna blow up a truck.
Oh, yeah, I saw it go up for a second.
Yeah. We'll just give it a second here.
Whoa, Jesus Christ.
That's the best I've done. I smell hair.
Oh, damn. Can I try it?
Yeah. Shall we get that in the frame?
Don't drink this water. Jesus Christ.
That one was kind of spooky. That even surprised me. And I've been liking that water quite a bit.
It's really upsetting, actually.
Yeah.
You know, it's not supposed to do that.
I don't know if I... Oh! That doesn't look very delicious.
Here we go.
You found us and everything.
Found you.
Right on.
Those are all wells.
Those are all the wells.
Yes.
The red.
Yes.
That's where we live. That's why it's called the red zone.
Yes.
New information tonight on a story you almost have to see to believe.
That's right. Flames shooting from faucets inside a home in Fort Lupton.
It seemed like such a strange and unusual phenomena. Water so contaminated, it catches on fire.
I'm terrified. There are no other words for it. I am absolutely terrified.
Amy Ellsworth was so scared she had her well water tested and found out the groundwater is contaminated with natural gas.
2, 3, 4. Wait, did I count that one already? 1, 2, 3.
What's that one? Right
Yeah. 4. Oh, it's hiding behind the tree. 7 or 8.
Yeah.
That I can see from here. But they said it wasn't their fault, and yet at the same time they're supplying you with water.
Well, yeah. Well, because they're being good neighbors, even though they don't have good neighbor programs.
This company right here says Noble.
I am the cup is half full person. I am the most optimistic. I believe in the good of people. I say this 3 times a day, all the time. I do believe in the good of people. And I do believe that things will work out the way that they're supposed to work out. I will stand up for what I believe in, and I will fight till the end. And there's no way you can even try to describe that to people. You can't make them understand how a part of who you are is being destroyed by the actions of others for selfish purposes. No one should ever have to go through what I went through and call them crying, begging for help, and be told no. And that's where the system is broken. Shock is one word for it. Terror is probably more effective.
That's because Amy is living in a home that could explode. And now we've learned she isn't the only one.
It just like popped and caught on fire, and
Renee McClure discovered her water is also flammable after she saw our story last night.
I want to know that we're safe.
Renee worries her family has been drinking the contaminated water for years.
This is your bus?
Yeah, my school bus. It just seems like in the last year and a half, I'm never healthy. And I've always been healthy, so that's why I don't know what it is. I get headaches all of the time. And, I mean, at least 2 or 3 headaches per week. Actually, the whole family gets headaches. But mine get so bad where I just have to go lay down.
Since you moved here?
Uh-huh. Yeah. I'd like to ask the Congress people why we're supposed to be living in Colorado. It's supposed to be such a green state. But yet we can't even get clean water out here. 1 or 2 glasses might not affect a person, but what about long term?
It says here you have trichlorobenzene in the water.
And what is that?
It's one of the volatile organic compounds that comes up with the production of the gas.
What blows my mind is that the Oil and Gas Conservation Commission, I thought they were there to work for the people. They're not there to work for the people. They are there to work and help the oil and gas companies. And I asked him, who's there for the people? And he told me, nobody, call an attorney. That's what they told me.
Colorado Oil and Gas Commission is aware of the situation and will probably be doing some additional testing in the area as soon as possible.
Well, the bottom line is, whose responsibility is it to take care of this problem?
They're really going to have to look a little deeper into this because it does seem to be more widespread than we thought.
Absolutely. Yeah. Very scary. Okay. All right, Heidi, thanks.
Let's clear this up. I'm not here under the authority of EPA, speaking on behalf of views that agency represents.
I will put Weston Wilson not speaking on behalf